I'm Emma Seymour. I'm the Knowledge Exchange Officer on the Smartline project, and I'm just going to take you through kind of the business support and what we've been doing. And then we've got Rosie from the Southwest Academic Health Science Network, who'll be talking about their involvement in the Smartline project. And then we've got two of the SMEs that we've been supporting, Julian from Inspire Cornwall and Nikki from iCare iMove, who will actually have a quick chat about how they've been supported by Smartline and how it's benefited them. So we've been exploring how technology can be used to improve people's health and well-being, and crucially for SMEs, they are the core of the Smartline project. And what we've been doing is we've been de-risking that early stage research, development and innovation. And I think that's a key unique aspect of Smartline. A lot of the government funding that's out there is when technology is far more on the scale. There is a scale of technology and they're around 4 or 5 to those techno, but we're that early stage. And especially in Cornwall, we have micro, small SMEs who are really time poor and they have these fantastic innovations, but how do they have that opportunity to explore them? And that's what Smartline has been all about. It's been given them the opportunity to take that time out to explore those innovations and to have contact with researchers, the University of Exeter, and have their expertise. And it's really amazing what can happen when you have those kind of different thoughts coming together. And also, because we've got our participants, at the centre of that, we can actually involve users in that early stage innovation. So we're not just saying, oh, I've got this great idea, wouldn't you love it? It's actually, what is the solution, the problem and the solution that you're going to provide? So this is quite a complicated infographic, but I think what's really important is to go through the support that we've been doing. And it's a really important model, which we hope we can kind of take forward with helping de-risk that early stage innovation. And crucially, there are loads and loads of ways that people can come to the Smartline project. We can actually go to people, we have awareness activities, we have community events, but also they can come through to us on the website. And there are two different stages of them coming to us. They might have their own innovations, and actually that's been kind of predominantly, people have been coming to us, we've got this idea. But also within the project and with all the presentations you've heard so far, we are finding things out. We are finding that there's issues, there's problems. And actually for us to go to our entrepreneurs, to the amazing people we have in Cornwall and say, look, there's this problem. We see you've got something in the market, could that be adapted to address this problem? And then we have different areas of support. So when anyone comes to us, we do have a conversation to understand their challenges and aspirations. And actually, what is it? Where are they now? Where do they want to be? And what is it we need to do to help them to get to that point? And we have various grants and ways to support them. And these have all been business-led. We've listened to SMEs to understand what help they need. And we might have a kind of outline, but we do adapt it to the needs of the businesses. So we have an idea generation grant, which is a small grant that someone might need the expertise. They might have an idea, but they need to get a consultant in to help them. They might need to get some equipment to be able for them to realise that innovation. We then have what's called an in-residence scheme, and that's been really, really popular. And what this allows the SME to do is take time out of their everyday business. We pay for them to spend time working with our researchers to explore the innovation. And that's been really, really useful because in part of that, they'll have discussions, they can connect them to stakeholders. And that's where the Southwest Academic Health Science Network has always come in, because they've been able to connect within the NHS, brokering those kind of conversations. But the other thing is also to involve users. So we might have done some focus groups. So we've had examples where someone's had an idea and thinking, well, this is what I need to do. And then when you speak to the users, actually, you need to kind of change that idea. And then from those, people can go on and do follow-ons. And we have a follow-on cash, which is purely for someone who just kind of needs to buy that technology to be able to develop their prototype, to make that minimal viable product, or are following on for an in residence, we can go on to that follow-on research project. So we've explored the idea, we know what needs to be done, and then that can be developed. And the core of the European Regional Development Funding is we do need to create jobs, and we do want to have new products and services coming to the market, and that could be new to the firm or it could be new to the market. And then in the Smartline extension, in the phase 1, the Southwest Academic Health Science Network were very much kind of funding. But in the second stage, they came up, and we're getting kind of businesses so far, but they've actually been doing workshops and stuff to how can you grow and spread that innovation. And Rosie will be speaking about that in more detail. So I just wanted to finish off with kind of sharing kind of what the amazing things. So we've engaged with over 360 businesses, and that can be through networking and events. And we've actually helped 135 local businesses, giving them direct financial support or through our events. We've provided £600,000 worth of funding, and I think critical to what Smartline is about and in enabling SMEs to have access to the researchers is that we enable 3,000 hours of support, over 3,000 hours of support to be provided. And what that has led to is 70 of the SMEs we supported have now got new innovations into their firms to help them develop their products. It's helping people's health and well-being. And actually 39 new products and services have been brought to life. And at the core, and this is what all Smartline is about, is that digital technology to help people improve their health and well-being. I'd now like to pass it on to Rosie. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm a Programme Manager at the Southwest Academic Health Science Network. I'm here today with my colleagues Ben and Judith, who are sat in the middle. And we work, I'm the Programme Manager, Ben is the Project Manager for Smartline, and Judith is a Programme Director of the Discovery Portfolio. So I'll just cover a little bit today about who we are at the Southwest HSN for those that haven't come across us before, who our partners are, how we like to work, and how we're connected to Smartline. So first of all, who are the Southwest Academic Health Science Network? So we're one of 15 academic health science networks that were established in 2013 and cover different regional patches across England. So our region covers Isles of Scilly, Cornwall, Devon and Somerset, so a slightly bigger remit than Smartline, but on the Southwest Peninsula. It's predominantly funded through NHS England and the Office for Life Science, which is a combination of Department of Health and Social Care and Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy. So lots of different angles there for us to consider. Our main purpose, which is up on screen here, is to transform lives through health and care innovation. And we do this through three main routes. So spreading innovative practice, thinking about improving population health and supporting economic growth, building capability and supporting evaluation and learning. And these are all done with that context of reflecting the NHS England Improvement Long-Term Plan, the UK Life Sciences Vision, and local priorities as well, so our ITS priorities. It's a very long list of partners that we work with. So we achieve our purpose through really working in partnership. It's one of the key things that drives us, and partners include health and social care system, universities, life sciences, voluntary community sector partners, and then also the connectivity with those other 14 academic health science networks. So thinking about our neighbouring academic health science networks and then the national network as well. So a really good opportunity in that spread and scale space. So how we work, mentioned the kind of three priority areas, so spreading innovative practice, and we do that through things like building networks, sharing knowledge, strengthening collaboration, and providing practical support, which is a strong connectivity point here with us in Smartline. We've got building capability, which is really focusing on building culture and capabilities, and then evaluation and learning, which is about thinking about evaluating the impact and how to then apply that learning to improve, make improvements in services, for example. So through our work with Smartline, we've been focusing mainly on the spreading innovative practice and building capability aspects of the work that we do. And as Emma mentioned, we've been doing that through supporting a number of learning sessions. So we've delivered about 12 so far, and they cover a range of topics, including how to a kind of multi-part workshop on improving your innovators' opportunities for success. We run market insight surgeries to help innovators understand the kind of healthcare system and how to access that. We do grant writing masterclasses, and a new session that's coming up soon is a practical introduction to health equity in co-design and digital innovation. So a key theme for us at the Academic Health Science Network is health equity, and that runs through everything that we do. So how do we make that a practical tool and resource for people? So there's a bit of an ask here. If anyone is interested in any of those sessions, we've got a packed schedule over the next couple of months running some of these sessions. So please do speak to any of our team if you are interested in attending those. And there's obviously thanks to a wonderful panel of experts who help us deliver these sessions as well. What we've really learned at the Academic Health Science Network from being part of Smartline and running these sessions is really seeing the value in working with the universities, supporting local innovators through the workshops, and then often they go on beyond that, so they might have one-to-one conversations and how we then can support ongoing. And it's given us the opportunity to learn and reflect on the offers that we have for all of the innovators that we support in that slightly larger regional patch. So working through Smartline has made us reflect on that as well, which has been really useful. On the screen here is our Innovation Exchange, which is the team that we work in. And it's really designed to help innovators implement solutions to meet challenges faced in the health and social care system. And we can do that through lots of different routes. And Smartline sort of sits in the earlier stage, so thinking about how do we support early ideas, early innovators, and then we tend to pick up with more kind of intensive support around the evaluation and sort of to the far side of the diagram here. So activities around supporting adoption and spread, brokering relationships, communications, and trying to help spread and scale. And so one of the things we, again, through working with Smartline that we've learned is really seeing that value and that appreciation for the work and support with the early stage innovators that get them to the position where we can then bring in some of the support offers that we have as well. It's been a joy to see a number of Smartline supported innovations coming through this pipeline with the different support offers that Emma's described as well, and have gone on to receive further or follow-on support from the Southwest HSM pipeline offer. And I'll hand over to Julian from DadPad in a minute, who will we'll hear a bit about his story, but it talks a little bit about how that journey goes through the development here. So a big appreciation from us at the Southwest HSN around the value and importance of supporting early stage innovations and research, which helps us carry them on. So I'll hand over to Julian to run through some of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Rosie. Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. My name's Julian Bowes. I am the founder and developer of DadPad, a guide for new fathers. I didn't know what slide I'd have on behind me, but there I am holding up one of our products. Something, if you had a neonatal baby in Cornwall, you'll find one of our guides to welcome you as a new father in that quite scary, flashing room where your baby has just been brought into, maybe without mum, and it's something to help you steady you and to understand what journey you're about to embark on as a new parent. I remember sitting in the Health and Wellbeing Innovation Centre in our office. I had an idea we'd developed over a few years by then, back in 2012, 13 and 14. And I was looking around for ways to obviously scale my product, grow my market, get people excited about it, share my passion for building resilient new families from the start by including fathers and partners. And I looked across the way, and there happened to be an email that had come through about Smartline. And I opened it and had a look. You know, you do get a lot as a business. You get a lot coming through. I knew it was across the road, and it piqued my interest. And I thought, are these the people I didn't really know I was looking for? Because as an innovator and working with the NHS, as I'm sure a lot of you have, it's quite a behemoth. It's quite a big undertaking to try and get your ideas into being commissioned into their structures and getting people excited about it. So I had my guides, and 3 of them we had. My original guide. Come and see me at lunch and I can tell you all about them. And I walked across the road and I met with, over my time there, I think 2 Tims, 2 Emmas, Karen, and a lot of other people who've really helped me along my journey. But I went in to see Emma and Laura at the time, and I remember them looking at me as this guy's really excited about paper copied information leaflets, as they probably thought about them at that point, for new fathers, as if that's a market, maybe. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But at the time, they were talking about digital and how we need to be looking at digital, and I was a bit sceptical, I must be honest. You made me think again today when I talked about Emma. I'm not a dinosaur, but I am getting on. And what I thought to ask was, how does this help me and this product grow? And what it did was, it was exactly what I'd been doing a lot of already. It was collaborating, trying to understand the research behind it, trying to understand the evidence base. But I needed a fresh pair of professional eyes. I needed a team of researchers through Smartline that came to me as a in-resident person, and I sat around and we pulled it apart and we looked at where it could go and what it could be, and we did some in-depth market research about what was out there existing. I had some of my knowledge already, but they kind of opened the box to more, and we machined it together. And I then went for a follow-on grant to try and explore and bring out some new products. And immediately we were talking about things that Rosie and I have been exploring recently in my work with the HSN around inequality. So we were looking at things to create an easier read version for people. And our first product came out through the first Smartline grant, a quick read version. And I'd already started getting it into the NHS, and the health visitors and midwives were using it to engage with new dads. And then we broke into Devon, and then we fast forwarded the whole of the Southwest, and then we're now in 2/3 of the country where this is being used, alongside the new app that these guys helped me put my head towards. So I was developing that with some other match funding that I found in Cornwall through Big 2 and Big 3, and I just recently have been through a second stage now with Emma, who has really helped me and cajoled me along to make sure that I am really exploring what the possibilities are. So I then I've got a new version of the app coming out, and it was that process of working with Smartline that kept me honest and focused on making sure I had a proper research base, making sure that I was collaborating, and I was always canvassing the opinion and advice of our users in the community. And so we're building into our app, building into our surveys, and building into our evaluation, making sure all that learning loop was closed, and really trying to make a difference. So when dads are receiving the good quality information that they need for when their baby is going to be born, that they're looking at that information a lot earlier, they're feeling more at ease about doing it. And when the baby arrives, the door's shut and no one else is there to help apart from mum. He's not just digging mum going, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? He's got a space for himself to be able to engage with that baby and bond and attach and build a good, solid, equal-based relationship with the mum going forward as early as possible. So coming towards the end of my Smartline journey, as I am, I got piqued in terms of my interest in terms of AHSM with Rosie, and we started to explore some of the other areas that needed looking at in terms of inequality. How can we look at the different cultural subsets of fathers, etc., so we can learn from that community? And I don't want to take up a lot of time today, but if you want to come and see me, I can explain how we're doing that too. It really has been this process of going backwards and forwards with Smartline and HSN to really keep ideas alive and creative, which for me as an innovator has really helped. So I would encourage anyone, any business to kind of get in touch with some of these schemes and talk about some of the ideas and get some of the people who might have different helicopter perspectives and experience working with such a myriad of organisations as they have in the bank now, and put that good knowledge to bear on your venture. So I shall thank you for my time, and I hope that's helps explain my journey, and I'll see you at lunch.
Thank you so much, Julian. I'd now like to introduce Nikki from I Care, I Move.
Hello. So I'm Nikki Veal. I'm the Operations Coordinator for iCare I Move. We're based at the Innovation Centre on Penryn campus at Falmouth University. What I'd like you to do first is, I'd like you to all to stand up. So would you please get to your feet? Thank you very much. We have a habit of doing this, anyone who's ever listened to iCare I Move speak anywhere before. So what I'd like you to do is find your preferred foot, whichever is your dominant foot, and then I'd like you to just put your weight on that one foot. And my colleague at the back, Pat, is going to time us. She's waving. So give me a wave when you're ready, Pat, and I'll get us going. Yeah, she's good to go. Right, so when you're ready, so we'll count down to 3, and then I'd just like you to just take the weight off your left foot or your weaker foot, and then see how long you can stand. And what we're looking for is 30 seconds. So 3, 2, 1. We're going to get some wobbling. There's lots of different theories here. Some are hooking their foot back, some are hooking their foot forward. A few hands going out. How are we doing on time, Pat? Ooh. Everyone's concentrating really hard. Oh, there's a wobble over there. Tim's doing the aeroplane. Ooh. Oh. Oh, well done. I'm impressed. Thank you. If you'd like to take your seats again. You might wonder why I just asked you to do that. So that for us is called a single leg stand, and it's actually a measure of longevity. So if you can get to 30 seconds without having to put your other foot down, that's a jolly good sign. But what we'd like you to encourage you to do is to kind of go home to your elders in the family, any kind of aunts, uncles or relations, and see if they can do it and see how long they can get to, because the more they wobble, the less muscle tone they have, and there's different kind of seconds that you need to get to for different age groups. So if you want to know the full details, come and see us downstairs. But it's a good measure as to how you're getting on with your muscle strength and your measure through life. So that's something that we can easily measure, track and record. But what isn't easy for us as a health business to track and record is social value and social return on investment. And that's when we approached Smartline. So a bit of background, iCare I Move, we specialise in workplace training, menopause, resilience, mental health, stress management. Our largest piece of work is commissioned work. So we work with the commissioners across Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly, and we do mental health through menopause. So we do education. And the largest piece is a digital falls prevention programme called Move More. So that's a 25-week programme based on the FAME model, and it runs through circulation boosts, strength, exercises, endurance section, balance, make you unsteady, and then we do an adapted Tai Chi, we do a bit of relaxation, and then we have a social element at the end so we can talk to all of the people who are online. So they join us on Zoom every Monday at 10:30, and we record it for people who can't make it. Sometimes they've got hospital appointments or whatever. So we always make sure we email them out homework. So ultimately, each of those people on our course gets 50 hours of exercise. And this course is for people or adults who are unsteady on their feet, have a fear of falling, or may have already fallen. As a benchmark, the community physio wait list in North Cornwall is currently 52 weeks for someone who's had one fall. And for those who have fallen twice, it's longer. So there's a real demand for kind of getting to those people as fast as we can to become part of that frailty pathway. Our participants join free, they can self-refer, it's just a phone call, but we do also work with housing associations and other organisations like Age UK, so we work in their hub in Newquay and they zoom in every Monday and we give them a wave. And we've worked with Coastline, we work with Anchor, we've worked with lots of different housing associations. Welcome to work with many more. It's free to your clients. If they've got a TV screen, then they just stick it on and they can watch it and they can join in with us. So I have the joy of writing the bids when we write to the commissioners, and I used to dread the social value box. I don't know anyone who likes filling in that part, and I used to find it difficult, and the difficulty I would find is trying to find the figures. So it's trying to quantify what we do, and we wanted to measure our social return on investment and our social value, and that was to enable us to better understand the wider impacts of our service delivery and to quantify that value in monetary terms. So we approached Smartline, who proposed the in-residence scheme, and that helped us to work through the problem with the excellent team of researchers from the University of Exeter, Tim and Ria, and with social value expertise brought in from Gemma from CRCC, who's smiling. We undertook and produced a logic model for Move More, and we completed a social value and social return on investment forecast via the social value engine calculator. So we looked at the impacts, the cost of a fall, the value of a person getting online for the first time, amongst others. And the gross value of each impact was then deflated to take account of leakage, attribution, dead weight, displacement and drop-off. I have to admit those were phrases that I had no idea what they were. And luckily Gemma and Tim explained it all for us and helped us through the process. We couldn't have done that by ourselves. So upon completion, the social value engine calculated our social return of investment to be, drumroll please, £16.47 per pound. And that's a payback period of 1 month, which is pretty awesome. So we knew we were good, but we didn't know we were that good. So the impact of being able to share an accurate researched value of our programme justifies the commissioning of that service. And the figure blew the minds of our commissioners, and we were able to share that with them at the Falls Conference recently over in Newquay. So going through this process, Smartline has inspired us to change our approach to our social impact reporting process. It's made us think about data in a new way, not just the data that we have to collect because the contract says so, but the data that we want to collect because it's more beneficial for us going forward. It's made us think about how we engage with other organisations, how we can share best practice and strengthen our partnerships. And crucially, it's made us think about areas to explore for future research, such as our other commission programme and project, which is the Menopause Muse. And we're able then to carry across this logic process that we've gone through to look at that programme as well and see where we can improve. So it's only once you've had a better understanding of the process and the evaluation that we were able to see how it could broaden our thinking and how it can open up new areas for future commissioning also. So we feel we've gained a competitive edge by having reliable, quantifiable data to strengthen our future applications, and it's made my bid writing job easier. And in short, we are inspired to do better, and we are re-energised to broaden our perspective to ultimately improve the health and well-being and the quality of life for our clients. Thank you.